Hello and welcome to Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC.
A weekly podcast and YouTube channel where we discuss all things Wrexham AFC from the point of view of long-term fans and new fans.
So sit back, put your feet up, relax and let's get stuck in.
Hello and welcome back to episode 130 of Me, the Wife and Wrexham AFC. Hope you all had a lovely Christmas. It's gone.
It's done.
Done.
I feel like Christmas is taking its toll. I'm starting to hit a wall, I think, with Christmas. I feel like I'm on a lad's holiday. You get up, you just eat loads of crap all day. You wash it down with beer all day. You stay up later than you normally would or than you should. You go to bed, you wake up and you just do it all over again.
Well, this week,
Yeah?
I am back to work.
Yeah?
So I'm going to get back into the going to bed at a reasonable hour because I can't take late nights. It's just not in my DNA anymore.
I mean, I'm not moaning about it. I think I'll power through.
Yeah, of course
You know,
you will.
but I think you get to that moment, don't you, in Christmas, where you just look in the cupboards and there's just still loads of like really bad for you food, and then you go, there's a part of you that just goes, I just want this gone now.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
as
you're like that every year, though.
As you're thinking about it, you're unwrapping like a Terry's chocolate orange, or you're getting another mince pie out, and you're thinking, I just wish this wasn't.
Yeah,
But it's here to be enjoyed.
it is.
It's but enjoy responsibly.
So on this week's show, we're going to talk
I'm
about
just gonna have a little sleep in the corner while you're doing this.
We're going to talk about our Boxing Day game against Blackpool. We're going to talk about the game against Wigan Athletic. And we're also going to look ahead at the New Year's Day game or trip away to Barnsley.
Yeah.
And our home game, which is against Peterborough.
Against.
Yeah. Against
Yeah.
Peterborough, which is on the 4th of Jan.
Glad you know that date. Didn't have a clue. Is that back to Saturday then, is it?
Yes, that's Saturday.
Cool.
Yeah, I only know that because I go back to work on the 2nd, so that's a
Okay.
Thursday. And also, we've got a little special something. Ryan is going to be doing... lots of people have been messaging saying they want Ryan in the hot seat for the quiz. So, we've decided...
I'm not sure I know my own name at the moment, but we'll give it a go.
Yeah, so I'm going to do a quiz for Ryan, and Ryan's going to obviously do the normal weekly quiz that he does for me. So... let's get into it. So, Jack Marriott, he's back in training.
I know, that's good. That the timing's really good for that, I think, for me. We've been talking to lots of different people. A lot of people said, look, we just need to go out in January, sign a striker. It's someone who's going to get us sort of double figures for goals for the second half of the season.
Yep.
I said that. I think last week, lots of other people have said something pretty similar. But maybe, with Jack coming back, maybe that sort of is our new striker coming in.
I don't know. I just think because Jack Marriott is coming back from an injury, I do think we need to be careful, because you just don't know whether this injury, God forbid it doesn't, but... it could come back and then we're back to square one again. So I think having a back of the seat striker, just in case, because Paul Mullin obviously, he's still not quite there, and we all know that. And as much as we all love Paul Mullin, he's not the Paul Mullin that has got us through the National League, got us through League Two, which is a shame. But Jack Marriott was phenomenal at the beginning of the season for us.
Yeah, he was.
So hopefully, when he comes back, we'll start trickling in the goals rather than having a 1-0, and late goals games, because I cannot take the late goal games. I know you love them.
Yeah,
but they're just too much for my blood pressure at this age.
I do get what you're saying, but the thing I disagree with on that is we don't need another backup striker.
someone sitting on the bench. Yeah,
we don't need that. We've
Yeah.
got Fletcher, who is been, you know, especially over Christmas, amazing for.
There's only one. No, what's the song? Oh, there's no other.
No, there's nobody better.
There's nobody better than Stephen Fletcher.
I have to like guide you to the song.
Yeah, I just make up my own songs.
Yeah, everyone's seen. Yeah. But you know, we've got him. He's the last 20 minutes, last half an hour sort of guy. You got Mo Fowl. He's had a few minutes recently. Again, a long-term project. Someone who's you know, who's not going to come to the fore anytime soon. So you know, the one thing I do really disagree with that you said is the fact that we don't need another.
Do you disagree with me?
We don't need another backup striker.
You never disagree with me.
But we don't though, do we?
No, I suppose not.
We need, if you're going to go out and sign a striker,
You want somebody that's going to be on the starting 11 every single game.
yeah,
and scoring goals.
That's what, you know, that's what progressive clubs do. You know, you have this starting 11 that you go, ooh, you know, it's him, or, you know, sometimes it's him. You don't sign someone to support them. What you do, you sign somebody better than them. And then the one that was the main focal point then maybe drops down onto the bench. And then you go, oh God, I never thought he'd be replaced, but now he's even better. And that's how you move forward and you progress.
Nobody ever thought Paul Mullin would be replaced.
This is the point I'm trying to make. You've always got to, you know, look at George Evans last season. Loved him, thought he was great. Never thought anybody would, you know, would step in front of George Evans. Certainly not this season. And then you bring Dobson in and you go, well, it's obvious why Dobson's playing instead of George Evans. And then, but there's going to come a time where you bring someone in that replaces George Dobson. And then you go, well, I never, you know, and you have the same conversations over and over. I never thought anyone would replace George Dobson. And then the same thing happens again with that person and that person. And that's how you progress as a club.
The nature of the beast.
It is, and that's how you move forward. You don't move forward by signing backup players.
I think we've done that enough, haven't we?
Yeah, and, you know, we've got long-term projects in the team. You know, we've got Ravon, we've got Fowl.
He's superb when he comes on that pitch.
He is, but again, it's another young player who is a little bit more long-term for us, and you know, who will develop and will get better and will be a great player for us. But you know, just maybe not quite there at the moment, I think. So, yeah, there we go.
So if you'd like to support us, you can do so by visiting our Buy Me a Coffee page, and it is buymeacoffee.com/me-the-wife.
Yes.
Got it right. Boom.
Yeah, you did. Well done. Fancy EFL update. So, same three, just different order, basically, this week. Christian did message, actually, didn't he? Saying, I've dropped down a little bit. So Christian's now in third. Ian is in second, and Ben Parker. I think actually Ian's in the same position.
Yes, he is. It's just Ben and Christian that have changed.
Yeah, so Christian's dropped from first to third, and Ben has gone from third to first.
But Christian is still in contention, so don't you worry about that, mate.
Still up there. Somebody needs to, I can't be bothered reading the rules, but I've noticed people are using like a gold captain. I just wonder, is that like some sort of triple captain for this week? I don't know why I'm looking at you. You haven't got a clue. But someone please tell me that it doesn't involve me going and actually reading the rules, because I've noticed this little gold captain that people are using, and I don't know if they're getting like triple points for it. In the Premier League one, you do have once a season you can use a triple captain where you get triple points instead of double. I don't know if that's the case with this. If I'd have known that, I'd have used it, because there's 3 games in this game week. So there we go.
So let's talk about Blackpool.
Foggy, wasn't it?
Oh my God. It was very eerie, but I quite liked it.
I tell you what it did. We were sitting there and it was so foggy. We couldn't see. So we sit on the halfway line in the Macron stand, and we were struggling to see the opposite end corner flags, weren't we? That's how foggy it was. We knew where they were and we could see like an outline, but we were really struggling, because you even asked me, didn't you, would they call this off? And there's always a chance if it's foggy they would call it off, but I don't think it was quite enough. But it was bad.
It was
but
bad.
This is how susceptible that me and Siân are, because we said, I tell you what this reminds me of. It reminds me of the film Sleepy Hollow. And within 8 hours of saying that, we were sitting on the sofa watching Sleepy Hollow, weren't we?
Yep.
It was like our own little advert for Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah.
And then we got a bit depressed watching it because we realised that the film was 25 years old. Yeah. And so that means it probably come out around the time we were like 18.
Yep.
Which that is a very long time ago. But yeah, so we had a little watch of Sleepy Hollow on the back of it being really foggy.
Yeah.
So, the weather affects what we watch on the TV now, apparently. I don't know. It's always weird for me because obviously Steve Bruce is Blackpool's manager. It's always strange for me seeing somebody like that managing a team because I remember Steve Bruce playing.
Okay.
So when we played Birmingham in the FA Cup and we beat them, years and years and years ago. He scored actually in that game. He obviously played for Man United. I remember him playing for Man United. And he's managed some big clubs. Some may argue he's on a sort of downward turn a little bit with clubs. You know, he's gone down the leagues a little bit, but he was Newcastle's manager for,
Yeah, he was.
for quite a
Even
while
I know
as well.
that.
So it's strange for me to see people like that, recognisable faces. Because it sort of reminded me of when, like, Charlie Austin was playing for Swindon. And then just seeing him on the pitch, and I'd watched him in the Premier League so much, and then he was playing against us. And I'm assuming as we go further through the leagues,
that'll happen a lot more.
It'll just happen more and more and more, where you go, I know him. But obviously, being stuck in National League for so long,
it's going to happen. That.
And and you're looking around going, I don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we're now getting to the point where I go, I know him. So yeah, it was a little bit odd for me, but.
So
yeah.
Elliot Lee was out. He got injured at the Bristol game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, when we brought Paul Mullin on. So he was out injured.
We knew he was going to be out.
We
though.
did. Yeah.
Parky'd done like a little interview prior. He'd said, it wasn't as bad as we thought.
Yeah.
He wasn't quite going to be right for Boxing Day, but he was hoping that he was going to feature against Wigan.
Yep.
Which was great news, really, because even though it was sort of like it looked like a hamstring, sort of when he went off against Bristol Rovers, but he seemed to be walking a lot freer than someone who'd seriously injured their hamstring, which was a good thing.
So it's just a twinge.
Yes. So he was out. So that meant Mullin started.
Yep. Ollie and Mullin at the front foot thing. I don't know where I was going with that.
No, mate. But yeah, Mullin started. So I think it was the perfect scenario, I think, for me. It was a case of, I think if Elliot was fit, he probably would have started the same way he had in the 4, 5, 6 games prior to that, in place of Mullin. When he went off and Mullin came on in Bristol, I sort of turned to you and go, this might not be the worst thing in the world because Paul's now getting an hour.
Yeah.
An hour. And he sorry, that's another thing we've been watching as well. It's a TV show in the UK called Phone Shop. That was around years ago, and that's just something from that. Sorry. So we just spent so much time watching
TV, eating.
TV. And a lot of old TV and films as well. We were just re-watching stuff we watched years ago.
Yeah, anyway. And
it just shows the state of TV currently.
Yeah. TV these days.
Yeah, get some better stuff on. So anyway, and I think the fact that it was such a minor injury to Elliot allowed Paul to start.
Yeah.
I don't think that was the worst thing in the world. Get minutes into him, try and build a little bit of confidence.
It wasn't, was it?
Yeah, no place for Dobson.
Nah.
Which I don't know. I love Matty James, but I like the fact that we've got really good players who are having to sit out because we also have other really good
players. Yeah.
It's a great scenarios for me. But yeah, you know, Matty James was in his place. And
not a bad replacement, to be fair.
No, an excellent replacement.
Excellent.
Disastrous start, really, wasn't it? You know, it was attacked down the left from a throw-in, our right. I'm going to talk a bit more about that later on.
Bet you don't.
No, I do. Stop saying bet you don't.
Because we always say, yeah, we'll talk about that later, and we always forget.
I know, I will, because there's something I want to bring up about that. Look, 1-0 down, just over 2 minutes gone. I think it was registered as the 3rd minute. It was sort of hard to see what happened.
Yeah.
The highlights were awful as well because the camera couldn't really focus very well on what was going on. It was poor. But look, 1-0 down, and they didn't really sit on that
they didn't.
To be fair to them, they just kept coming. They had, I think it was there was a lad called Coulson. He had a header that was just wide. Mark didn't move. And if I'm honest, when he headed it, I thought, oh, it's in. And that was about 6 minutes in, so I thought we were about to go 2-0 down. But, you know, I think I was sort of I was glad that I was struggling to see the action early on because it wasn't really great.
No.
And then, talking about Paul Mullin, he popped up with arguably a goal of the season contender.
Oh, my God.
Great, wasn't it?
Oh, it was a worldie.
Yeah.
It was superb. And you know what? I said to you, didn't I? I said, oh, I'm just so glad. I'm so glad he got that. You know, it wasn't just a running-a-mill goal. It was like, you know, it was how many yards away from the goal?
Oh God, I'm not great with that. I know the 18. I know 18 yards. I know 6 yards.
It was quite far in. So we had a assist from Barnett.
No.
Oh no, it wasn't.
Ollie.
Barnett passed it to Ollie, and Ollie then
flicked
it on to Mullin, and Mullin just did this fantastic little step and then whacked it in with his left foot, wasn't it?
Weaker foot as well.
Yeah.
One touch, bang, off the knee, and he just hit it, and it was brilliant. And where we sit, it was perfect. We had a perfect line of it. Flew in, absolutely fantastic. I can't decide. There's a few goals that we've scored this season that you sort of go, oh, yeah, they're decent. I remember Jack's goal.
Yeah.
That obviously won goal of the month back in.
I've got a feeling this will be in contention for goal of the month as well.
Yeah, but there was a few decent goals in December in League One.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah, Jack's goal, really like that. Thought that was great. That was early on in the season. That was maybe August, wasn't it?
That was very early.
Yeah. And you got Paul's. We had that one as well, that Ollie scored. That was more about, not so much the finish, but more about the build-up. We've scored some decent goals this season. But
so
yeah,
that's interesting to see what goal.
It was, yeah, it was. It's just a flash of the Paul Mullin we know. Isn't it?
And it was good. It was good to see, and you know, he did his little celebration to his son, which unfortunately we haven't seen that for a while because he hasn't been scoring many goals. But yeah, it was brilliant, and you know, a lot of people were messaging in saying that because obviously it was at the Cop End, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So everyone was like so chuffed to be sitting in the Cop End and having him come celebrate in front of them. So yeah, it was really good. I'm really happy for him.
It's only his second league goal of the season.
I know, yeah, it's mad that.
First goal since the 19th of October in the league, which was the goal against Rotherham. Bizarrely, I think he probably only started that game as well. Against Rotherham because that was when Marriott got his injury.
Yeah.
So
maybe.
And now, he's got his first goal of the season. He was playing because Jack got injured. This goal, maybe he was playing because Elliot had got injured. But you just got to take your chances, haven't you?
Absolutely.
Just before half time, shout out to Mark as well, who made an amazing save.
Save of the season. It's amazing.
It was a great save.
It was a great save.
Down to his left. That was another one that you sort of went, that I thought that was in. It came.
Just the tip of his fingers, wasn't it?
Point blank range. and he got down quick. For someone in their 60s to get down that quick, I know.
Oh, don't be so horrible.
Joking aside,
Stop jumping on the bandwagon.
I know. Joking aside, though, it was great. It was a really good save. Really kept us in it. 1-1 at half time, and to be fair, we were lucky. We were lucky to still be level at half time. They were. They definitely created, I wouldn't say necessarily they were the better team, but they definitely created the more clear-cut chances. I definitely think we were lucky to be 1-1 at half-time. Second half, we came out much better.
We did.
We
It
were
was a much better second half.
quicker passing, more direct. Barney forced the keeper into a save early on. I thought, it just sort of felt... It was one of them where you go, it's just a matter of time before we score. But then it's like, that angel and demon on your sort of shoulders, where your angel's going, don't worry, it's just a matter of time, we're going to score. But then the devil's going, or is it going to be one of them days where you think you're going to score and you just can't make it happen?
Yeah.
And
how many times has that happened for us?
And that's how it felt. It just sort of felt that I felt like, yes, we're definitely going to score. And then there was a side of me going, we might not though, because... Sorry, I don't know what's going on with me at the moment. But then came shall we call it the incident?
Yes, the Steve Bruce wasn't so very happy incident.
I don't think anyone Blackpool related were very happy about it.
But to be fair, the referee in League One does not have the VAR to kind of refer to, so he has to make a decision there and then. And to be fair, in normal motion, in live, it looked like a penalty.
Look, right, okay. Let's rewind a little bit. When we were at the game,
yes,
and they shouted for a penalty. I didn't even see. I don't know if it was a little bit of fog or what, but I think I was watching. I think Barney was out on the right, and the ball had come into the middle, and I sort of switched my sort of eyes to Barney, I think. And so I didn't actually see it. I didn't know what had happened at all. And then, so we got the penalty. And then later on, I watched real-time highlights, and I saw it, and the guy had his arm so high. And like you said, in real time, I looked at it and I went, what's everyone moaning about? That's a penalty. And then I saw the slowed down version, and then where he turned and it just hit him square in the back. So we completely got away with one, because I don't know why the defender's got his arm so high. If the defender keeps his arm down and just turns his back, you're never getting a penalty for that. I think, the fact he's got his arm so high in the air, and like I said...
Why did he have his arm so high
in the
air?
But in that split second, in a real-time replay, I thought, that is a penalty. And then when I saw it slow down, I saw how ridiculous it was to give a penalty for that, because it was nowhere near his arm. It hit him on the back. We 100% got away with one.
But like I said, the ref in League One does not have the luxury of having VAR.
He doesn't, but that's his job, and he was close. It wasn't like he was sitting where we were sitting, really far away, or someone else really far away. He was right close to it, and I knew something was up. The way that the Blackpool defenders remonstrated with the ref, they were furious, and I thought something's not quite right there.
This is what annoyed me about that, actually. There was loads of stuff on social media saying that all our players were hanging around gathering around the ref because they wanted a penalty, but the referee called penalty and our players just dispersed.
Yeah, because they got what they wanted.
Well, yeah. But, people were saying that we were, but we didn't gather around the ref at all. It was all of the Blackpool players gathering around, which I get, obviously watching the replay, I get that, why they were doing that. But, just I don't get why you were saying Wrexham players were coercing or whatever the word is. Do you know what I mean? It's like, clearly we got what we wanted.
We shouldn't have had what we wanted.
We shouldn't have had what we wanted, but we got it.
Look,
and,
it wasn't a penalty.
Nature of the beast.
Wasn't a penalty. No, 100%.
But who cares?
Was not. Let's stop this whole paying off the refs thing.
Oh, for Christ's sake.
Because it's so ridiculous and it's so childish. I saw a 58-year-old man on Twitter have a rant about the fact that we are paying off referees. And I was like, oh my God,
if we were paying
how
off
old are you?
If we were paying off referees, we'd be winning every single game.
I mean, the last penalty we got was March, right? So it's not like we're getting penalties left, right and
This is the
centre.
first penalty of the season.
It is. Yeah, March was the last one that
So,
we
yeah.
got. The last one we got wasn't a penalty either, though.
But yeah.
which does sort of fuel the fire for rival fans. It was the one against Mansfield where it was about a yard outside the box. But anyway.
By the by.
I digress.
Yes.
We had no Mullin on the pitch. He'd just gone off.
Yeah, I said to you, didn't I? said, Mullin's not here. Who's taking the penalty?
And then it was like, well, who doesn't take him when Mullin's not there? Oh, Elliot Lee.
He's not here.
He's not here either. And it was like, but Mo Farrell had it for a bit, didn't he?
Yeah.
And everyone's going,
no, everyone's going, this is...
Hey up.
Yeah.
Hey up, what's going here? But it's something that's quite common now. The person who's going to take the penalty isn't the one that picks up the ball and goes and stands by the spot. Because you get this thing where goalkeepers come out and try and put off the penalty taker. You have defenders chatting in the ear of the person. So what tends to happen is the person that is taking the penalty is nowhere near that. So somebody else picks up the ball and stands by the spot. They take all the mind
psychology.
They take all the mind games from the goalkeeper and from the defender. The ref settles everyone back down, and then they hand the ball off to the person who's actually going to take. It happens loads now, so it's not an unusual thing to happen. 2-1, 88th minute, and a few people asked actually.
I tried looking for it.
About.
Do you know what I put?
What?
I googled hands in pockets meme.
Well, I did say on our live, in our post-match live when we were walking out of the ground, I said the celebration is basically, it's a meme. It's an online meme. It's Chill Guy.
Don't know who that is.
Chill Guy, he's standing there with his hands in his pockets. It's an animal, I think. Anyway, I'll show it you in a bit. But yeah, it's a meme. If you just Google Chill Guy meme, you'll see what the celebration is. A few people do it, actually.
Well, I quite like the fact that obviously Stephen Fletcher, when he scored the goal, he sort of, everyone was like running towards him and he was like, just back off a minute, I want to do a celebration.
Yeah.
And then they all obviously celebrated with him, and then Mo Farrell came up next to him and did the same thing. I just love the camaraderie between our team.
Chill Guy. Just Google Chill Guy. Anyway, so like I said, I'd be absolutely fuming if that was against us. It wasn't. We got it. We got away with one. Happy days. 3 points. Let's move on. Paul Mullin got man of the match.
Did.
Not sure about that. I think he got it purely for the goal. I thought there was other players on there
I
who
didn't vote for
probably.
Paul Mullin.
Who did you vote for?
I voted for Stephen Fletcher.
Did you?
Yeah, I don't know why.
I don't know why either.
Because he hadn't done anything at this point. He was on the pitch.
He was there.
He was there.
There you
but
go.
I just like him.
I think it was Owen O'Connell for me. I thought he was a rock.
He
Against
always
Blackpool.
is. Again,
he was. I thought he was great.
Yeah, we've said this before. He is one of the ones that goes, undetected every single time.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of people do notice him, but for me, I think he was man of the match against Blackpool. I thought he was really good.
Yeah,
superb. A few comments. David Middleton, we've been screwed every time on these crappy penalty calls. We are coming into form. Moles is back. He's our January transfer if he scores again. Look, it's a point. We've got sort of two strikers, haven't we, where we've sort of, like I said about Jack coming back, then is Jack sort of like our, new transfer? And same with Paul. If Paul gets into a bit of form, there's another striker that we've got, and it sort of negates the need to maybe buy a striker in. I don't know.
Gareth Roberts, goal of the season was witnessed by just the cop end. Yeah, that's the comment I was talking about.
Yeah, because nobody else could see it properly.
Yeah. Brian, Bruce even. Goal of the year from Mullin. Excellent shift from Matty James. Absolutely.
Yeah, Noel Evans. The lack of chances being created for our forwards is worrying. Plus the ongoing issue of always passing back. As Ryan said, they dominate games with few chances created.
That winds me up when they do the back thing. They used to do that in the National League and it gets on my nerves.
Yeah,
I get it sometimes.
It's weird. It depends what you want in football. If you want to dominate a game a little bit and you want to stop them having possession, then, you know, you just keep hold of it and it has to go back for a bit and you have to rebuild,
Yeah,
and that's the way it is. But it's about a balance sometimes, and sometimes it goes back a bit too much instead of being progressive and forward thinking. I think maybe that's what's got Noel's goat a little bit. Susan, Paul Mullin, absolutely brilliant. Boxing Day roundup. So Birmingham cruised to a 2-0 win against Burton. Wycombe won 3-0 away at Stevenage. Huddersfield beat Stockport 1-0. And Reading won 4-1 at home to Northampton. We were third in the league after Boxing Day. 3 points behind Birmingham and 2 behind Wycombe. 3 points ahead of Huddersfield in fourth.
Oh, Wigan.
Wigan.
So on Saturday, we were back at the Stoke Kairos for another home game, and it was against Wigan Athletic. Paul Mullin kept his place in the starting 11.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if Elliot was going to be back or not. I think when I did my 11 prediction, I think I put Elliot in.
I left him out. I thought I had put him in, but I'd left him out.
He's the only one I got wrong in the starting 11.
Andy Cannon I got wrong.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, yeah. But Lee was back, but just on the bench.
Yep.
Arthur was back on the bench.
So is that meaning he's going to be playing in our New Year's Day game?
I don't know. I don't know. It's an interesting one, isn't it?
Goalkeepers are a bit difficult, aren't they? Because you can't just bring on another guy. Well, you can, but it's very rare that, unless the goalkeeper's injured, it's very rare that you swap goalkeepers halfway during the game. So Arthur is either going to start on New Year's Day or he's not.
I don't know, you know. I don't know what I'd prefer. I don't know. I'm not sure. If we don't need Arthur, you know, Mark's been playing really well. I'm happy with Mark. I'd like to see him come in for more, you know, crosses and stuff like that. Arthur's got a little bit of that trait as well. Maybe doesn't come for enough. But
Is he learning from Mark,
I'm happy. Whatever, Parky, whatever you decide, I'm fine with it. The average age of the Wigan team was 23. We obviously had a chat with Barry, who's from the Progress with Unity podcast last week. And he said they've got a very young team, very young. I think the average age of our team was 29. The average age of the Wigan team was 23. If you took someone like Will Amerson out of that Wigan team and put a younger lad in, it'd be even lower. It's I think for Wigan, one of, if not the best team to have come to the racecourse.
Absolutely, totally agree. They were brilliant,
fearless
from the start.
Positive, took risks, caused problems. The thing that does come with risks, they were a few misplaced passes. You know, a few chances they had to go forward, and maybe the ball went out or the ball didn't quite go where they needed to. But I have got no bad things to say about Wigan. I thought they were fantastic. For a young team, I get they're going to be inconsistent as a young team until they build that experience. But I thought they were great. And if they could hold on to the players that they've got, I think they're a team moving forward that could, should really be feared by a lot of people. I think they could really do some damage.
And look, to be honest, I'm not looking forward to playing them away.
No, not at all.
That's going to be another tough game for us, I think.
Lots of passes early on that were taking 2 or 3 men completely out of the game, which I was really impressed with. Arsgaard, I was impressed with him. Deco, I'd liked as well. I thought he was really good. He was
the one that went off half-time.
Deco was the one who went off injured. I was impressed with him. There was another lad, Olakigbe. Ola Kigbe. I'm going to say that. Impressed me as well. I thought he was decent. 0-0 at half time. Not loads of highlights from the first half. Definitely felt that Wigan were the better team in that first half. But we could have easily been behind, I think, in that first half.
Definitely.
Second half, so your brother came to his first game of the season.
Because he's not, yeah. He's not because he doesn't want to, it's because he's not been well.
Yeah, he's not been well, so he hasn't been able to come. First game of the season, he came, so we were having a beer at half time. We were pretty much on track, on schedule, and I think I was 45 seconds late back to my seat after the game had kicked off. We heard the teams coming back out. I was, and we finished our drinks, walked up, 45 seconds late, and I missed Matty James hitting his own bar. And like my dad went, oh, they've just hit the bar. It's like, oh my God. Well, he goes, well, Matty James at the bar. It's like, what have I missed? I'm only 45 seconds late. But we looked better, I think, again. Same as Blackpool, we looked better in the second half. Barney put a couple of crosses in. Nobody got on the end of it, which annoyed me a little bit.
Oh, that happened a few times.
What Wigan did, what Sean Maloney had set them up to do a little bit. Barney was getting round the outside, and they sort of started to close off that avenue for him. So they closed off him getting round the outside and getting crosses in. So then... But that was sort of their downfall, really, because what Barney started to do was he started to cut in, and him...
What Parky had told him to do, wasn't it?
Yeah, and him cutting in is what resulted in us going 1-0 up. He cut in, huge deflection. A bit of a shout out for Dobson. He made a run across, which dragged away a defender. I'll be honest, if that shot hadn't have got a deflection, I don't think it was troubling the keeper too much. But the deflection just took it... took it away from the keeper. We went 1-0 up. Another shout out as well while I'm doing shout outs. I think Lewis Brunt for me.
Oh.
I think he's really good, and I think he's only going to get better. There was a few times during the game where he had these sort of driving runs forward where he picks up the ball and he goes, I'm just going to go.
Yeah.
And I do really like it. And not a lot has come from it yet, but I just feel like if he keeps doing that, and he's another player that's quite fearless, which is what you sort of get with younger players. I think as the experience kicks in, you go, well, I'm not going to do that because last time I did it, this happened. But I think that little bit of fearlessness is really good. Wigan equalised.
Yeah.
Again, down our right. Told you I was going to talk about it.
Is this what it was?
Yes. Down our right hand side, so where you've got Barney.
Yeah.
And that's Cleworth's side as well.
Yeah.
So that is now goals that teams have scored recently. Down our right hand side is Wigan.
Yep.
Blackpool.
Yep.
Bristol Rovers. And Cambridge. All goals down that side. Are we worried about... Barney is amazing. Are we worried about his defending? But Max has sort of let people get round him a little bit as well.
Yeah.
I'm not moaning, but it just seems to have happened a lot recently. 4 teams in the last sort of 4 or 5 games have scored down that side by getting round the outside, getting a ball into the box and scoring. I mean, I think Mark would be a little bit disappointed with that as well, because he headed it in sort of like 3-4 yards out. And like I talked about before, maybe Mark could come for more. I think maybe on your toes a little bit, you come and you just take the striker out and take the ball.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone should really ever be headering it in that close. But I don't know. There we go. We're heading for another draw, and there's nobody better.
Stephen Fletcher
Stepped up. It had to be Jimmy McLean. He sort of assisted it, crossed in, chested it down. Great finish, right in the corner. And we had a rare treat. Because
we did. It was so exciting.
Because obviously when you go to an away game, we like being behind the goal.
Yes.
So if we score at that end, they celebrate with you, in front of you. We sit, as we've said, on the halfway line. We never get players celebrating in front of us,
No,
ever.
I didn't know what was happening.
He ran the half the length of the pitch and celebrated right in front of us, which was, for us, at home game, really rare
It was
treat.
beautiful. But I think the reason why was because Humphrey was there. And if you look at the highlights, you can see that he's sort of putting his arms out and he's looking up.
All right.
And that's because Humphrey's up there.
Okay. All right.
But we will just pretend he was doing it in front of us.
For us.
For us, yeah. Just for us.
Maybe he watches the show. We talked about signature celebrations. He started doing Chill Guy.
Everybody started doing them now.
And he loves the show, so he thought he'd come celebrate in front of us.
We are, yeah.
So maybe we're going to go with that, yeah?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, thanks,
I
Stephen.
did notice when he was celebrating, Mo Farah had his hands on his head, like, wow, what a goal, sort of thing. And it made me chuckle. The game plodded on for a bit after that, didn't it?
It was the longest 6 minutes of my life.
It was. I think it was the 98th minute they won a corner. Keeper came up.
Was it 6 minutes? How many?
It was 6 minutes, but we scored in injury time, so they added more on top of it after that. So yeah, they threw the kitchen sink at us right at the end.
Yeah.
But survived 2-1. Barney got man of the match. Probably deserved, I think. Maybe.
I think I voted for Ollie Rathbone yesterday.
Yeah, again, another right up there contender, I think.
Yeah, he's just a workhorse, isn't he?
Just absolutely tireless. But yeah, if I was Wigan, I would. It's so difficult because I think I saw the Sean Maloney interview after the game, and he said looked like it was heading for a draw. And he said he was disappointed with the draw because he felt like they'd done enough to win it.
Yeah.
So to lose it, and I can totally see it. And as I say, I think one of the best teams that have come to the racecourse this season.
Definitely.
Interesting fact, which our friend Barry gave us, was that is Stephen Fletcher's 8th goal against Wigan for 5 different clubs in 3 different leagues.
Mental, that is.
That's a decent start, isn't it? Paul Kelly said, congrats on your score prediction. Of course, Shan got her prediction correct. 2-1. Well done. I'm sure you're in the lead. She isn't.
I'm not, no.
Enjoy it and brag a little. She has. Rick O'Brien, another correct score prediction. I propose whoever nails the score prediction is the quiz master. So Ryan, you should be in the hot seat for answers. Well played game by both teams. Very exciting finish. Happy 2025.
DB Beam, happy to be wrong. Can you confirm if Fletcher is really Santa? These last 2 fixtures have me wondering.
Yeah, I know.
So a roundup of Sunday's game, sorry. I don't even know what day it is. Birmingham drew 0-0 at home against Blackpool, which was great. Wigan lost 2-1.
Wickham.
Why do I keep saying Wigan? Wickham lost 2-1 at Charlton. Huddersfield drew 1-1 with Burton. Stockport drew 1-1 with Rotherham. Lots of draws. Reading beat Mansfield 2-1.
A great set of results for us. Absolutely great. Birmingham dropped points, Wickham dropped points, Huddersfield and Stockport both dropped points. Great. Couldn't have been better.
So we are back up to second place in the league table, and we have surpassed 46 points.
Which is what I wanted. Start the season, everyone was like, well, why are you aiming the bar so low? All I was aiming for, first goal for me was 46 points. We're past that now, we're on 48. And 46 meant we were pretty much safe and we weren't going to get relegated. And I said, the sooner you can get to that, the better. If we can do it this year, and we have. Yeah. So I'm more than happy with that.
So we're a point behind Birmingham. We're a point ahead of Wickham. And we're 5 points ahead of Huddersfield, who are in 4th.
Yes. Look, if you do want to get in touch with us, you can get in touch on Blue Sky, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, or email us at methewife@gmail.com.
So let's talk about Barnsley. So on New Year's Day, we are heading to the Oakwell Stadium where we will be playing Barnsley.
Just Oakwell.
It's not Oakwell Stadium?
Just Oakwell.
Well, I've looked on social media.
I don't like it.
Anyway, all right, we're heading to the Oakwell. So now this game is the 24th game in the league of the season, sorry.
So we are officially halfway. We have played 23 games out of a 46-game season. We are halfway.
So, like I said, we are away at Oakwell. Barnsley is about 86 miles away from Wrexham, and I'm assuming Ryan has done this ground to ground, so racecourse to Oakwell.
Yeah.
It's about 2 hours. Their capacity is 23,287. We were allocated 5,018 tickets.
Well, good memory.
Only because I was having a look at their things. New Year's Day last year, we beat Barrow 4-1 at home with the Stephen Fletcher hat-trick.
Yes, it was indeed.
Are we going to get that at Barnsley on Thursday? Wednesday.
Stop saying days. New Year's Day.
New Year's Day.
Stop trying to second guess what day it is. No one knows.
No one knows.
No one knows what day it is.
So, Barnsley play in red, so we will be playing either in gold or black. I'm hoping gold. You know, New Year's Day, celebration, gold. Yeah. Their last game, was 1-0. It was a 1-0.
Our last game with them was a 1-0 win.
Thank you.
On the 3rd of December, so not even a month ago.
Nope.
It's when Lolly scored in the last minute. 92nd minute, whatever it was.
That was superb.
So it's we're playing them again. Less than a month since the last time that we played them. So there we go.
But separate months though.
But separate months, yes.
So they beat Bolton 2-1 away on Boxing Day, and they won 3-1 away at Peterborough on Sunday. So they're on a bit of a roll. So that's a bit worrying. They are 7th currently on 36 points. They've won 10, they've drawn 6, and they've lost 7. Their top scorer is David Keillor-Dunn.
Autocorrect, Davis.
I'm sure you've done that before when we were talking about the home game.
Possibly.
All right, Davis Keillor-Dunn. He is on 7 goals at the moment. So let's do our predictiones.
Tough game this.
I think
massively.
I've already written mine down.
They looked good when they came to the racecourse. They're obviously on a little bit of a roll. They've just won away twice over the festive period. It's one of the games that concerned me after seeing all of the teams, you know, and knowing, right, what's the reverse fixtures going back and knowing how much we struggled to beat them at home. I think it's going to be really difficult away.
Can I give you mine? Because I've already written it down.
Go on.
1-0.
1-0.
Yeah. Actually, that should be 0-1, shouldn't it? Because it's away.
Whatever you like. I am going to go for a 1-1 draw.
Ooh, exciting.
Madness. Absolute madness from me there. Okay, second game is Peterborough, which is obviously the 25th league game of the season. That is on Saturday. We're back to Saturdays where people know where they are. 4th of January at 3 p.m. It's at home at the racecourse. They play in blue. Their away is white. Their third shirt looks like a bruise. It does.
What, like a mixture of purple, yellow?
It is like.
Is it a healing one or?
It's sort of black navy, and it's got like pink and purple and blues in it.
Wow.
It just looks like a bruise. Just Google it. Honestly, it's quite nice, but it
looks like a bruise.
Just looks like a bruise. Nicknames are posh. Last game against them was our 2-0 win at London Road on the 31st of August. Goals from Jack Marriott and Max Cleworth. Managed by ex-Wrexham legend Darren Ferguson, who obviously played over 300, obviously. I don't know why I said obviously. It's not
obvious to people who don't know.
He played over 300 games for Wrexham and is the son of Alex Ferguson.
I wonder if he'll be there.
I don't know. Who knows? They lost 3-0 at home to Mansfield on Boxing Day. They lost 3-1 at home to Barnsley on Sunday. They're 18th on 24 points. They've won 7, drawn 3 and lost 12. Top scorer, though, very dangerous, Kwame Poku, who's got 10 so far this season.
2-1 for me.
I'm going to go 3-0. I think this is the game where we're going to put someone to the sword a little bit. I'm half tempted to go 4-0. But I'm going to go 3.
Okay. Happy days.
Come on, iPad. Oh dear me.
What is wrong with you?
I don't know. I think I'm I think I'm on the way out, if I'm honest.
Oh, shut up. Don't say that.
Quick shout out for Dragon Chat. So it's a mental health peer support group. They run weekly Zoom calls. One is on a Monday at 8 p.m. That is for the women. And the other is on Thursday at 7 p.m. And that is for men. You can find all the details of how to get on them calls down in the description of this video or any of our videos if you're watching us on YouTube. If you are not, you can head over to the Wrexham website. If you go to the community tab and then click health, scroll down, you'll find Dragon Chat on there with all the details of how to do that. You can also follow Steve Lloyd, who runs Dragon Chat, on socials. He on X, he is at Dragon Chat WXMFC. On Blue Sky, he is Dragon Chat at dragonchat.bsky.social.
Such a long thing in it at the end. Social.
I know.
It's really annoying.
Yeah, it is a little bit annoying. Sorry.
Right, I'm going to do my quiz first.
Are you?
Yep.
Who said that was allowed?
Well, it's happening.
So we got 2 quizzes.
I'm quite chuffed with this quiz, actually.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh,
and you'll probably get it right. So.
How many questions? 5. 5 questions. Okay. So are we pitted against each other? My quiz versus your quiz?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
I like that.
You've got it's multiple choice.
All right, that's
because I thought
that's
I'd make
better.
it because
like I said, I'm not sure if I had to actually think about something at this moment in time. I'm not sure that would happen. Okay. I think I'd probably be on 0. So at least I've got a fighting chance.
You have.
Yes.
Okay, so we played Wigan on Sunday.
Did we?
Yes, we did. James McLean's club before coming to Wrexham.
Yes.
How many appearances did he make for the club? A, 210, B, 89, C, 171, or D, 126?
I've got a question about your question.
Why?
He had 2 spells at Wigan. So are you talking about the time before he came to us? Are you talking about the 2 times combined?
Probably 2. Well, we'll see what your answer is. I didn't know that he'd done 2 spells. So
give me the answers again.
210.
Yeah.
89.
Yeah.
171.
Yeah.
Or 126.
I think he's definitely over 200 for Wigan in his 2 spells.
It must be just the
last one.
Just the last one then.
Okay. I don't know. Was there 120 odd? Was that one?
126.
Go with that one.
Yeah?
Yeah?
No.
What is it?
171.
I think he was over 200, and I'm not sure. You might be right, so I'll
I googled it, and that's what it said. So,
okay. All right.
Question 2. So we played Blackpool on Boxing Day.
Yeah.
How tall is the Blackpool Tower?
Oh.
A, 158 metres.
Yeah.
250 metres.
Yeah.
175 metres.
I don't like you don't do them in order. Really throws me off. Give them me again.
158 metres.
Yeah.
250 metres.
Yeah.
175 metres. Or 100 metres.
The 171, whatever that was.
175?
Yeah.
No.
What?
158 metres.
Is it?
Yep. I'm not doing well here.
Not
Okay.
really, no.
Starting 11.
Yeah.
Question 3. Starting 11 at the Wigan game.
Yeah.
What is the total, adding all the shirt numbers together, of our team?
Our team?
Our team. So you've got A, 124.
Are these all over the shop? Are they going up and down?
All right, I'll do them in order then. 124.
Yeah.
160.
Yeah.
Oh, they are in order. 178 or 186.
Oh, it would have been high. She got some high numbers. So.
How good am I? That's this good quiz, isn't it?
Yeah, it's decent, yeah. I mean, I could, as competitive as I am, you're lucky I feel the way I do, because we would be sitting here for 5 minutes while I added up all the shirt numbers. I'm not in that frame of mind, so that's not going to happen. So give me the last 2, 170 something.
178 and 186.
They're so close.
I know.
176.
160.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay, this one, I'm sure you'll get this one. So you'll get at least one. It's an
I
anagram.
would bank on it.
It's an anagram.
You know I'm terrible at anagrams.
Player.
Wrexham.
Wrexham player.
Yeah.
A honk work tour.
What?
A honk work tour.
Someone with a K in it then. Mark Howard. No. Jacob Mendy got? No. K. Who's got a K? Who's got a K in their name?
If I told you that, I'd give you the answer.
I know. James McLean. Who else we got? Lewis Brunt. Yeah, Owen O'Connell.
What?
Owen O'Connell. Ryan Barnett. Andy Cannon. Matty James. George Dobson. No, none of these. Who's got a K in their name? Jack Marriott.
Is that your answer?
I don't know. I can't do anagrams.
It's Arthur Okonkwo.
Oh, yeah.
Right, question 5. I thought you'd get that one.
Look at me.
It took me ages to try and find an anagram that wasn't... There was one that was an American one,
Yeah.
and it had honour,
Yeah.
but we don't spell honour the American way, so I couldn't use that one.
Yeah.
Anyway, question 5.
Yeah.
We're playing Barnsley on New Year's Day.
Barnsley.
Which famous Man City player is from Barnsley?
Current.
Yes.
I would guess, if I had to guess, I don't think he is. He's from up that neck of the woods. Barnsley. So let's put Kyle Walker on the back burner because he's over there. Mm-hmm. He's over that area.
Okay.
I think he's from Sheffield, but he might have been born in Barnsley and moved to Sheffield.
I thought you were from Manchester, to be honest.
Oh, so it's not him then? Famous Man City.
I nearly fell off my chair.
How many English players have Man City got? Let's go with John Stones.
Yay! You got 1 out of 5.
Hang on a minute. So let's just get this right. The only question I got right
Was
a Man City question.
That's worrying.
It is a bit worrying.
Please let me know what you thought of my quiz. Honestly, I was sitting here last night. I wasn't sitting here. I was sitting downstairs, and I was like, "Oh my god, this quiz is just—I'm really proud of myself."
It was so. I had no chance, if I'm honest. You said, "Oh, you'll get a few of these." I was starting to listen to the questions. Right, I got about 3 in, and went, "Where's the ones that I'm going to get?"
Well, I thought you'd get the shirt numbers right
How?
because you're good at maths.
I wouldn't. I don't have the mental capacity to be adding up everyone's shirt
Well,
number.
that's not my issue, is it?
It's not.
Unfortunately, you got 1 out of 5.
If you'd have given me 15 minutes, I'd have got that nailed on. But it would just have to be a guess.
Okay.
I don't know if I've ever been up the Blackpool Tower.
No, I haven't. I'd like to go.
Not
Let's
sure.
do it when we go to watch them away. Let's do it. Let's go 158 metres above the ground.
Well, I'm not going 158 metres because I'm assuming that's right to the tip at the top.
Tip of the top.
Tip at the top.
Tip of the top.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
Right.
Let's do my quiz now. I'm so excited.
Okay, question 1. Stephen Fletcher scored an injury time winner against Wigan. Amazingly, it's only his 2nd injury time goal for Wrexham at the end of the game. Who did he score the other injury time goal against? Was it a 3-2 win against Salford, a 3-3 draw with Crewe, or a 4-1 win against Barrow?
Barrow.
It's not Barrow, it was the 3-3 draw with Crewe.
I was going to say Crewe, but then I thought...
Yeah, it was right at the end of the header. Yeah. Number 2. How many goals have there been in the last 10 minutes of games featuring Wrexham this season? Is it 5, 8, 11 or 14?
11.
It is 11. Well done.
Booyaka.
Ooh. Number 3. Jacob Mendy celebrates his birthday on the 27th of December.
He does.
Celebrated his birthday.
He did.
On the 27th of December. But what does he share his birthday with? Is it World Soil Day?
Oh my God.
Just to let you know, these are all actual legitimate days.
Okay.
World Soil Day, World Migratory Bird Day, World Pizza Slice Day, or International Day of Epidemic Preparedness.
Pizza Slice Day.
It's not, no, it's International Day of Epidemic Preparedness. What a random thing that is.
Well, we weren't prepared for COVID, were we?
Not very,
So,
no.
yeah.
Number 4. We have the best defence in League One. But how many clean sheets have we kept in the league this season? Is it 8, 10, 12 or 14?
14.
It's not, it's 12.
Is it?
Yeah, you're very close there.
We've won 14 games, haven't we? Or have we on 16?
Yeah,
Or have I just...
don't know.
14.
Yeah.
It is 14.
Number 5.
Yep.
We have now completed half of the season.
Yep.
You've seen all of the teams. So tell me the 3 teams in League One that start with the letter S.
Stevenage.
Correct.
Stevenage.
I know you've had that one.
Stevenage.
You've had that one, I think.
Oh, crap. Shrewsbury.
Shrewsbury!
Shrewsbury.
Sound like you're on a tractor then, munching carrots.
Stevenage.
Shrewsbury.
Stevenage, Shrewsbury, and...
Time's running out.
No, shush.
Time is running out. I haven't had a beer for an hour.
You're not having one now. It's like 11 o'clock in the morning. Stevenage.
I didn't get this long.
Sorry, shush.
I didn't get this long though.
I don't care. Just
Siân, I did not get this long in your quiz.
I can't think. Stop.
We haven't got all day.
I'm trying to think
We
of
have
the place.
stuff to do. Like lie down and
I
watch
can't
the
think.
TV.
I can't think.
Okay. Stockport.
Oh my god. I would have got that if you hadn't poked me in the head.
Would
I
you
would
though?
have. Yeah, I would have.
Yeah. I was going to go with the bees again, but then I just thought I can't ask that same question.
Bristol.
I
Barnsley.
No. We're not doing the bees.
I don't know what the other one is.
Bolton, Birmingham,
Bolton.
there's loads.
Oh yeah.
Blackpool, Bristol Rovers.
Blackpool.
Anyway. Look, I like your quiz. Shake hands.
Thank
I think
you.
How many did you get right? 1.
2.
What? What did you get?
I don't know, 1.
1.
Why do you sounded like you were actually drunk.
I know, yeah. I'm
Literally-
tired.
You've literally just woken up.
I know, tired.
Anyway, we would like to wish you all a happy new year and a prosperous 2025. We're excited about the new year.
Yeah.
We've got lots coming with our rebranding, which is very exciting. So we wish you all the best.
Yeah.
And we shall see you next Monday for our first episode of 2025.
You will indeed. Don't get too drunk on New Year's Eve. Drink responsibly.
Eat responsibly.
Go mental.
Sleep responsibly.
Nah, there's no point, is there? It's only back in
Party
where?
like it's 1995.
1995.
I don't know what's the thing.
I don't know. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you again next week.
Bye.
Bye.